Newton was a very intelligent person in the world as compared to other people. He made many inventions in science and physics which helped us move forward in today's technology. Why Newton was so intelligent in the world than other people? Why Newton's brains are different from others? What is it that separates Newton from others? You will get answers to all these questions in this video. Must watch the video till the end. Okay, let's move toward the video. We all know that Albert Einstein was the most genius person in history, that he alone could have more brains than thousands of scientists. The things that human beings cannot even think about are things that Albert Einstein understands all things and show after done in front of the world. Albert Einstein who left the whole world amazed and perplexed by doing the theory of relativity, E equals mc squared, and the laws of the photoelectric effect. And because of this, he was also awarded the Nobel Prize. Seeing his ability to think and understand extraordinary minds, people believe that a human being has a very special power which is much different from us ordinary humans. Even Einstein himself realized it. Therefore, they did not want any part of their body to be researched. On the contrary, he had given the same wish that his body should be burnt to ashes after his death. But then what Einstein feared happened on April 18, 1955, when Einstein died at Princeton Hospital. When the doctor came to autopsy to find out the cause of death, he secretly removed Einstein's brain. He was trying to know what was in the mind of the most intelligent person in the world. The audience was Dr. Thomas Harvey, who stole Einstein's brain. He was curious to know what was in his mind. A few days later, when the Princeton Hospital came to know about Thomas's act, he lose his job. But Harvey managed to get this permission from Hans Albert, the son of this Einstein, that they want to uncover the secrets hidden inside his father's special brain and bring them to the world. The longest journey of the brain started on that day. Dr. Harvey was a pathologist who only knew how to do autopsies. It was only their idea that they could search the mind of such a great genius. Now the condition was that Dr. Harvey Brewster had also lost his job at the hospital and also the position of his pathologist. His brain was already preserved by Dr. Harvey. He took it to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where he took many photos of the brain and then cut it into 240 small pieces. Preserve herpes in a separate jar and hide it in your basement. Dr. Harvey had many arguments with his wife over this issue, because his wife used to threaten to pick up this brain and throw it somewhere at one point, the quarrel so much that both had to take divorce and separate. Dr. Harvey finally moved to the city of Wichita in Kansas, where began working as a medical supervisor at a biological testing facility. Here he would try hard to study Einstein's brain in his free time. After that, he left their separate jobs many times and wandered around with his brain in different cities. Many years had passed, but Dr. Harvey could not do any special research on Einstein's brain. Instead, his doctor license was revoked. It got to the point where they had to start in a plastic factory. Now they made a good decision. For the first time, they have decided to send separate parts of his brain to the world's best pathologist for research. He did so in 1955, 30 years after the theft of the brain. That is, a study was done for the first time on Einstein's brain in the 1985 test. You then spent 28 years studying this genius brain with worldwide neuropathic studies, which revealed that Einstein's brain was different from the common man's. The largest difference was found in the corpus callosum part of the brain. It is important to know that the human brain is divided into two different parts. Human whatever works, a part of the brain is first activated and then signals to our body parts. The left brain controls the right side of our body, while the right brain controls the left side of our body. 90% of people's left brain work for controlling reading, speaking, writing, and calculations, while the right brain has the function of creativity and recognizing things or shapes. Now, you might be wondering, what is the function of corpus callosum? The corpus callosum serves to connect the two parts of our brain. If one part of our brain makes a mistake, the other part of the brain corrects that mistake, and this happens through the corpus callosum. Einstein's corpus callosum size was larger than that of other ordinary human beings, and that is one reason its brain was connected to each other so strongly. This means Einstein could solve any difficult problem and situation. Apart from the large corpus callosum, Einstein's brain pattern was also very different. Researchers believed that because of this the neurons flow of his brain was very good. Neurons being good means that his thinking ability was very good. Albert Einstein had the ability to solve calculations in his mind without copy and pen. Another reason for neurons high was suggested in research papers. When researchers do research on Albert Einstein's brain, they know its brain weight is 1230 grams, while a healthy human brain weight is 1,400 grams. But still, the biggest question was whether Einstein's brain was like this from childhood or if his brain developed after the birth of Albert Einstein. After testing, it was found that Albert Einstein could not speak for 5 years after he was born. And when they began to speak, they were lost in their thoughts and spoke very little and little power to memorize things. Even though he could not memorize math tables and check them back and try to solve them with their brain and find new ways to solve questions. He used to solve things logically. A teacher in school forgets the math book. So, he read that book completely the whole night, which cleared all his concepts. And 14 years old, he became a master in integral and differential calculus. At a young age, he wanted to close the law of the world into a small equation and was the fool of his life. At the age of 26, he surprised the world by publishing 4 research papers. It was for this reason that he was awarded a PhD degree and the Nobel Prize for his contribution to humanity. You can guess from here that science is still incomplete without Albert Einstein's theory. Scientists concluded that Albert Einstein's brain began to grow after his birth. The main reason for this is that when Albert Einstein could not find answers to these questions, he looked for them himself and tried to solve them with his logic. Today his brain is present in the Mutter Museum in America. I hope you liked this video. Then subscribe to our channel Rugged Capitalist, like, share, comment, and press the bell icon button for more news.